As beloved of a figure as Magic Johnson is in Los Angeles, there was a time when he was met with boos from the Lakers fans. That occurred in the game after the Lakers head coach, Paul Westhead, was fired after Magic Johnson publicly stated that he wanted to be traded. His exact words were this, according to the New York Times, quote, "I can't play here anymore. I want to leave. I want to be traded." End of quote. All this occurred after a game against the Utah Jazz early in the season. According to Paul Westhead, Johnson ignored his defensive instructions during a timeout. Westhead reprimanded him both during the game and privately afterward. That must have been his breaking point because that's when he publicly asked to be traded. He has stated since then that he was happy with the way the offense was running and he wanted to play at a faster pace. But that was only the beginning of all the negative criticism that he was getting. Sports writers were ripping him to shreds for the way he was putting himself above the coaches and team management. They didn't like how he was using his power to get his coach fired. The fans around the league were also sharing the same sentiment. When the starting teams for the All-Star game were announced, Magic was not voted to be one of the starting guards for the Western Conference. In fact, he finished a distant 5th place among guards. How was he going to respond to all of that? With distasteful taunts? Or would he draw into a shell, like another modern player that has been foolishly compared to Magic Johnson? I'm not saying any names. The answer is none of the above. Instead, he simply played his game and went on to have a career year. He finished with a career high in rebounds, steals, and defensive win shares. This was also Magic's greatest all-around season, as he never got this close to averaging a triple-double. He finished with a total of 18 triple-doubles. To put that in perspective, that is also the most LeBron James has ever produced in one season. Then there's this next interesting stat. He finished the season with 751 rebounds and 743 assists. He is currently one of 5 players to record over 700 assists and rebounds in one season. As his numbers show, there's little he could not do on the court. That's why the Lakers were able to be so successful while employing 2 point guards in the starting lineup. Although there was nobody in the league that was a better facilitator than Magic, he proved that he could be successful while playing all positions. We all think of Magic as the greatest point guard ever, but he was more positionless in the first few years while sharing the court with Norm Nixon. He was able to make it work even though he wasn't playing his natural position. In fact, he was officially the team's shooting guard. So by the end of the season, the Lakers won 57 games and Magic was selected to the All-NBA second team. He was beaten out by Gus Williams for the first team. No disrespect to the Wizard, who was a fine player, but it was clear that the perception was that the Lakers were quote-unquote struggling because of Magic. So how is he going to respond to all of that in the upcoming postseason? He helped the Lakers become the first team to ever sweep their way to the finals. In their first series against the Phoenix Suns, Magic averaged the impressive stat line of 20 points on 57% shooting, 11.8 rebounds, 10.8 assists, and 2.8 steals per game. He was the reason behind their dominant run. For example, the head coach of the Spurs, Stan Albeck, said this about the Lakers' fast break offense after the conference finals defeat to Sports Illustrated. Quote, "I don't know if any of the great Boston teams back in the 60s and 70s ever advanced the ball this quickly. We tried everything, keeping 2 men back, going to the offensive boards, slowing it down, everything the book says you're supposed to do, and still, we couldn't stop them." End of quote. It was something that needs to be seen to believe. No team has ever pushed the ball with greater speed and skill than what the Lakers did during that playoff run. To give an idea of how dangerous they were on offense, the Lakers went on a 40-9 run in just 11 minutes of play against the Sixers in Game 1 of the Finals. Then in Game 4, the Lakers made 52 consecutive points without a jump shot. They were just relentless on the open floor. They wanted to run the ball down your throat every single time on offense. After a while, teams would just run out of gas trying to defend them. That was all Magic's doing. So after they finished off the Sixers in 6 games, Magic won his second consecutive Finals MVP award. He averaged for the series 16.2 points on 53% shooting, 10.8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2.5 steals per game. He led the team in all of those categories except for points. Jamal Wilkes was the leading scorer for the Lakers, and he averaged 19.7 points. And that is how you respond to all the negativity surrounding you. You just let your game do the talking, and everyone will quickly realize how stupid they were for doubting you. That now brings us to Kyrie Irving. He's a player that has received the most backlash, and he has been criticized for not playing the brand of basketball that helps the team win. If he wants to shut everyone up, he should look to his elders and imitate what the greatest point guard of all time did. After the Lakers won in '82, he was back in everyone's good graces. That's all Kyrie needs to do. Play your game and win. Now that he's playing with arguably the best player in the world, he has a golden opportunity to do exactly that. He might have to make a few adjustments with playing alongside Luka, but Magic was able to do the same thing with Norm Nixon. It's been done before, and we know Kyrie is good enough to make it work. The question is, will it be the same fairy tale ending that Magic had?